And thank you so much for joining this call. This is going to be relatively informal. To be honest, I have been working on a slide deck and like an official webinar thing, and it's just not ready yet. So I have been getting a lot of questions about what this Unconventional Women's Club is. And so I thought I would host a call and have a recording so that I can send out to you guys as you have questions. But essentially, I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I created this community, where I'm coming from. Chances are you know, but I just wanted to highlight that. If you don't know me, also, my name is Lauren Verrill, and someone might have sent you this recording. And if you are listening to this and you don't know me, I am really excited to get to know you someday. Who I am on this call is basically who I am. So you'll get to know me really well. But I am so excited about this community that I am building. It is something that I wish that I had when um, really all my life, like all my life, I've been making unconventional choices. And the definition of unconventional can mean a variety of different ways to a variety of different people. For me, I personally grew up in an environment where there was one path to the destination. And if that path wasn't being followed, then you weren't accepted. You just weren't accepted or believed that that path would work. And there would be a lot of questioning around different choices. And so for me, I wanted to create the Unconventional Women's Club because a lot of times, if we make decisions, like I'm going to speak from my personal experience and unconventional and your choices. I imagine that this will relate to at least one experience that you've had in your life. But for me, I have always made the decisions that have felt right to me, regardless of how difficult those decisions were. And while I felt like, yes, I am making the right decision for myself, that was also followed by a lot of shame, a lot of I don't know if second guessing is the right word, but a lot of like just inner turmoil, a lot of that negative voice in my head, um, just a lot of anxiety. And I also felt very alone because I felt like in so many times in my life, I was the only one that was making certain decisions. And so I was going on this alternate path where everyone else was going on this path, which is more traditional. And so then I would just feel alone. And so, what I wish that I would have had in that time is a group of women who didn't necessarily need to be doing the exact same things that I was doing. I just wanted a community where I knew that I would be accepted for who I am, that I didn't feel like I needed to be editing myself to be accepted, or that I knew that I had a group that I could go to that would cheer me on regardless of my decision. Um, that would cheer me on because they knew that I was making a decision that was right for me. And so that's really where this idea of creating an online community came about. And um, but at the same time, so over the last, I would say 10 years or so, I've really diligently been working on getting to a place of confidence and clarity and ease in my life, regardless of the decisions that I make, regardless of if I'm going on the same path as everyone else or not. And what I can tell you is that I really truly have arrived at that place. Now it's always going to be something to work on and always need a good like support circle and a lot of tools in my tool belt. But it's been such a beautiful process to overcome those fears of second guessing, to decrease that negative voice in my head when I make certain decisions, and just enjoy life for what it is and what I'm experiencing step by step, and knowing that I don't have to have all the answers. I don't need to have a full plan. All I need to know is what the next right step is, and that I have the ability to deal with whatever things come my way after that next step. So that's where the community comes in. So that is one aspect of the Unconventional Women's Club. And let me share my screen actually really quick that goes over each of the things that are included in the membership. So I just talked about the thing at the bottom, the community space, where you're accepted, and you'll find other women that are walking their own path, and you're together. So I'm going to go back up to the top so I say organized. So I also host weekly group coaching sessions, and those are going to start June 1st. So how this will work, which I think will be so beneficial in a lot of different reasons, and even goes above and beyond one-on-one coaching, is that I have scheduled calls in our community, which I will show an example of what our community looks like at this point. But the weekly coaching session, so you'll be able to join any of these calls and come and speak through something that you are struggling to overcome, or that you are wanting to work through, whatever that is. And then I will coach you for a certain amount of time. And then anyone else that joins that call can not only learn what they're hearing from what I coach other people through, but they can also come and ask their own questions. So I've been a part of a lot of experiences like that. And even though it might seem intimidating to be vulnerable in a space with other people, we have that root of anyone that comes into this community is open-minded, is very welcoming, and is here to cheer you on in whatever you're working through. And I also just want to say that chances are they are going through something similar, whether it's the exact same thing, or they can apply the struggles that you have to their own life, and it will just be beneficial to everyone and increase that connectedness that we have. So that alone is just an incredible thing that I am offering at this point. I do have over 10 years of coaching experience, and that's something that I'm always personally working on as well, to become a better person to help you identify, to help support you and help you identify where you want to go in your life. It's not me telling you exactly what to do. I also will be giving a monthly email list of resources to help increase your confidence and become the best version of you. So this is really important. One thing that has been really valuable, or that I have found to be really valuable in increasing confidence in my decisions every day, is some sort of medium of having other people's thoughts and opinions in a positive manner flowing into me. So like whether that is a personal development book, whether it's a podcast that I read, I'm imagining that I'll also be doing mini trainings. I'm really wanting to do bring in outside speakers about different things to help, again, put more tools in your tool belt for increasing your confidence. It could be something that someone in the group shared that week. It's really just going to be kind of your focus point for the month. So then you have something that you can be learning from versus being stuck inside, because when we're stuck inside, that's where we have the like spinning mindset. That's where we're not moving forward in any way. And that's when we start second guessing ourselves. So any way that we can be filling our cup, because the reality is a lot of us are pouring out a lot of times during the day, but we really want to fill each other up. And then lastly, this is honestly, I think, one of the things that is going to be life-changing for so many of you is access to the vision board course. This is more than just putting pretty pictures on a board. I'm going to show you a little bit what that looks like behind the scenes, but this is way more than putting pretty pictures on the board. It's to help you really prioritize yourself, know how to do that, know how to create an intentional environment. I walk you through reflecting on the past. I help you visualize for the future. And then it ends up, the cherry on top is the board that you will create. And it really becomes a tool that you're going to be able to see every single day that reminds you of what your vision is for yourself and what you truly want in life. So then your actions will just naturally start gravitating towards that path in life, because you have this reminder of what you created in this really sacred space. So that vision board course is actually available to you as soon as you join the community. I launched this, so I'm recording this video mid-May 2024, and I launched that course the middle of January of this year, and I was selling that course for $149, which honestly, it needs to be a lot more expensive than that, just because it is literally 10 years of experience and me putting things all in one place for you. Um, and it's part of the membership now. Like as soon as you join, you have immediate access to that. So let me show you a little bit about what the membership looks like, and then I'll show you a little bit about the vision board course and talk a little bit more about that. Now, again, I'm showing you what my back office looks like for this membership because again, I'm just showing up and recording this video. and we're just doing the thing versus it being perfect. So I did, this is what the membership looks like. So as soon as you sign up, this is what you'll see. Of course, there's like some extra things like this down here that you won't be seeing, obviously, but this is what the community space looks like. So this looks a lot like a Facebook group, but praise the Lord is not on Facebook because once I got off of that, it is very hard for me to get back in it. So, and I also really like that you can see exactly like you're coming to this place for a very specific reason. It is not a place where you're going to get distracted, where you're going to be scrolling for hours. Like it is a very intentional space, which if anyone knows me, they know that if anything, I am an intentional person. So I've got some pinned posts up here, which I walk you through this as soon as you join. But there's this start here post that you can view that tells you exactly what's available to you in the membership, which is a lot of what I just explained, but in a little bit of detail. And these are the spaces. They're called spaces. So we've got the announcements chat, which eventually I'll, be putting more things in here. We've got the introduction space. So every time or when you join, part of the introduction space is telling you exactly why introducing yourself is important. But again, in order for us to have that community of like-minded, welcoming women that are cheering each other on, it's imperative that you introduce yourself versus just consuming. So you definitely want to play a part because the more you put in, the more you'll get out. So that's the introduction space. And so people have already started and I've either been welcoming them or they've been posting their introductions there. And then eventually what I would love this space to be, and I might change it in the future, is the confidence win space. So like if you find yourself experiencing something like on some random day and you're like really proud that you made this decision and you felt confident in that decision, like throwing it up on here, because the more that we have positiveness, the better I think we all will be. So under the content section is the vision board course. So again, this is exactly what I shared with you. So you have immediate access to this. And I am so excited for you all to take this. So really what this is that you can push play. Like there's nothing that you need to put together beforehand before you start this course. There's nothing. I will literally walk you through everything. So when you join, you immediately just push play on this video and I'll take you through the entire process. And so I share a little bit about the importance of a vision board, my story, like why I'm even qualified to be telling you how to create a vision board and creating this community. And then I take you through how exactly you create an intentional environment, how to prioritize the time that you're going to set aside for actually creating your vision board. And then there's a training down here, and all of these are relatively short, but there's a training on how you gather your materials for your vision board. And there's a list of things that you can that you'll gather for yourself. So then you have everything ready for the time that you scheduled for doing your vision board. And then you can do this reflecting and visualizing at the same time that you do your board, or you can choose to do your board at a separate time. But what I would really encourage you to do, and I will walk you through this as well, is creating space for this reflection and visualization process. There's actually worksheets that I've created for you that help you reflect on the last 12 months. So the beautiful thing about this course is that it's self-paced. You don't have to start at the beginning of the month or the beginning of the year. Honestly, whenever you start it is the time you're supposed to start it. So I've got some worksheets that I've created that will guide you through that process of reflecting. And it's a much more intentional process than like just looking, and thinking. Like I'll prompt you through some stuff. Then I'll take you through a visualization process, which I think is extremely powerful. There is an audio and video version of this where I will help you visualize and and guide you through visualization of who you want to be, and really putting yourself in that place in the future so that it's deeply rooted in you. And then that's when you make your board. After you have this foundation of reflecting on the past and visualizing for the future, it's time to create your board. And so then I'll walk you through a very intentional process of creating your board that is something that I've done the last several years and has ended up being very powerful tools for me in the future. And then I go on to like how to use your vision board after the fact. So um I think this alone, I can't say this enough, like that alone is worth the price of the membership. I really believe that is the foundation that every single person needs before they start doing any work and gaining more confidence in their decisions in life and the life that they create. Um, and so, yeah, so really the gist of it and just a lot of the high level things. Um, this community really is for you if you're someone that has ever felt outside of the box, has felt like they've had to edit themselves in spaces, whether it's online or in person, because they're afraid that who they are won't be accepted. Maybe it's you are dealing with anxiety. Not that I'm going to cure your anxiety. I'm not your therapist or your physician. I am your coach. And whether you've had anxiety or like a roller coaster of emotions or like really trouble with a negative voice in your head and wanting to overcome that, if you've ever felt outside of the box in one way or another, this community is for you and it's of high value to you. This is really the people that are joining right now are going to be the founding members, and the pricing that I have for the group is the lowest pricing it's ever going to be. And honestly, I'm positive I will be increasing this in the future. I'm not sure the timeline of that, but anyone who joins will be able to access the founding member price for as long as they stay a part of the community, no matter how long that is. And they will really be a part, if you join, you will really be a part of crafting a space that is unique, that there's really nothing else like this out there. And you will have a very integral point and part of creating a really special space. And so I'll definitely be leaning on you guys as far as like building out some things, but this is the foundation that we have right now. So founding members creating a foundation, and I am just really excited to see what this evolves into. And I really hope that you decide to join. I know that timing is everything, but also really think about what things are you doing for yourself that is really just for you, outside of any roles that you have in life, outside of any expectations that are put on you. What are the things that you're doing on a regular basis that are investing in you? And the reality is like the monthly price of $15 a month, like that's nothing. That's 3 cups of coffee. Um, I mean, that's nothing in comparison to what you will gain from this community. And if you decide to um, purchase the yearly membership, it's $150 for the year. So you actually get 2 months for free, which is amazing if you're in a place to invest in that. But I do think that that year investment is really important because you're choosing to invest in yourself for a year, which I think is just super powerful. So if you have any questions, if you want to talk one-on-one to see if this community will be best for you based off of your specific circumstances, I would love to talk to you. Like, send me a text, send me an email, contact me in any way, and we can hop on the phone for a few minutes and talk that through with you. But again, I would be honored to lead you in this way, to walk alongside you, because really my biggest hope is that you will feel confident in who you are and how you're living your life, because the joy and the freedom and the ease that comes from that is no price can be put on that. And I want that for you so deeply. So yeah, so again, contact me in any way, and I hope to see you in the club in the future.